What's going on, guys? This is Burrs. I want to talk to you today about my Battle Blaster. More importantly, I just went through a course, ran about 800 rounds through it, and I want to give you an after course report. I've had a ton of people send me messages for two different things. Number one, after the course, how'd your gun run, etc. And then I've also had, because this was a build video about a year ago, I've had a lot of people say, you know, what's an update on the Battle Blaster rifle build that you did. So some parts have changed since the original build, few and far between, but definitely the configuration of the gun has changed. So let's start from the front to the back and we'll go through it. So as far as the course goes, you know, I went through about 800 rounds, as I said in the reviews of the course, the Rockwell Tactical Course I took, and I've had no malfunctions, with the exception of one time, which I believe I did not have the magazine seated right. The magazines I used during that course were D&H and OK Industries USGI mags. Here are the four main ones I used. And you'll see ammunition in them of different sorts. And why is that? Because when I hit the range next time, I'm going to load these up and see if it truly was a malfunction of the gun, which I don't think it was, because I put a different magazine in and I had no problems. So I'm pretty secure in feeling that there was no malfunctions with any of the parts on the gun, but we'll test it out soon enough and prove that it definitely wasn't anything with the gun. So let's start from the front to the back. We'll kind of go through current configuration. As we go through it, we'll talk about the performance of it. So obviously we have the OSS Mission Bannar Alpha 1 muzzle brake, which we've talked about in the past and I've done a review on. Tons of, you know, easily probably 2,000 rounds through this gun so far. Zero problems with that. Love the fact of everything we talked about in the review. If you want to check that out more, go check out the review. I'll put the link down below. The one thing I changed as far as configuration, I was at Trop Gun Shop and talking to Phil and saw his configuration on his gun. And I've seen configurations like this in the past. I never really tried them out or anything, but I saw he had an Enforce this WML on top of his rail. Now I always thought that would interfere with your optic. I put mine up there when I got home that day and tried it out, and I really liked the configuration, how that felt as far as the ergonomics of my body type. Everyone's body type is going to be a little bit different. You got to try things out and see how they work for you. Of course, you do lose maybe about 1/10 of the optic, you know, viewable area of the optic. Not a huge deal though. But as far as ergonomics and ability to use the weapon better and manipulate it better, in my case, it works better. So I have it up on top now. This is a Parallax tactical rail. I've done a review on the key mod version, so I'm going to do a review on this M-Lok version really soon. Hopefully I'm going to go out to Nate Mers in the next few days, grab his rifle, and we'll talk about the rail because we both have the same one, just different lengths. Something new I have put on here is the Griffin Armament. This is their QD mount for M-Lok. This is really unique. It's only a one screw design and I really like it. It's something that just has come out relatively in the last few months, I believe. I picked that up. I mean, it's secure. It's made excellently. If you use stuff from Griffin, you know it's going to be created and made to the top specifications possible. And I really like that because it really doesn't use up too much of the rail. Attached to that, I have the Sheriff of Baghdad SOB Tactical. This is their B-Sling. I used this through the whole course and really liked it. The thing I like the most is your adjustment point here never moves. So on some other ones, as you do the adjustment, you're going to move up with the tri-glide right here. But as you can see on this design, that doesn't happen. It always stays right here within you know, 2 inches of your QD mount. Now this didn't come with QD mounts. I had to use my own on the back part. On the front part it does, but not the back part. So I had to use my own there. But I really like it. Some people I saw comment and said, oh, it comes with like a little skull on it. How cheesy is that? Well, if you don't like it, just take it off. It's not that difficult. But the sling itself, I really enjoyed using it. It adjusted perfectly well. And you know, it's made of this 1-inch lightweight webbing. So it's a nice lightweight swing. Yeah, it's a nice swing to swing your ass on. Not really. But if you're looking for a great sling, check it out. I really enjoy it. Full review to come. Of course, I got the grip stop on the front, and this one is actually from Elite Weaponry, and I'll put a link down below to get it because they're the only ones that have the cutout version, as you see right there. So if you're interested in that, go down below and click that link to go buy one of those. This is the new B5 version. The only difference is it's rounded on the bottom compared to the old version. And of course, you know, just small changes throughout. There's really nothing that much different. But like I said, the Elite Weaponry is the one where you can get the skeletonized version, so check that out. As far as the course goes, having a grip stop on there really assisted me. I mean, there's a lot of imitators out there, in my opinion, but the grip stop's really the original for the you know, variable angle grip. And what it really helped me with was barricades, underneath stuff. You could actually take the gun, jam it up against your arm here, and keep a nice stable firing platform for your gun when you're in goofy ass positions that you have to get in to make shots, you know, under cars, etc. You know, that was really cool, and I came to appreciate the grip stop more going through that course, because you're doing advanced stuff where using something that's going to assist you in being more proficient. The grip stop really shined through in that course. On the inside here, I got an Am-Tac Precision 16-inch barrel, and attached to that is a V7 Weapon Systems titanium gas block. I have a lot of V7 stuff on here. I think I have 3 things that are V7 Weapon Systems. V7 Weapon Systems was created by Joel. He came from Noveski as the lead tech over there, and he started his own company. V7 Weapon System is really dedicated to making the lightweight stuff on the market, trying to make the most lightweight stuff on the market. And I have their upper, their gas tube, their harsh environment gas tube, and their gas block. And I've had 0 problems with all of them. And it really makes it a super lightweight rifle having these components on here. You know, sometimes you can get some heavy ass shit out there, and you know, using this stuff really puts the weight down considerably. Let me go ahead, flip this around so you can see this upper. This upper has about 2,000 rounds through this whole gun from start to now. 800. I had about 1250, 1500, and then I just put 800 through on the course that I just went through. So moving back, I got a Lanco tactical lower. This is one of their forged lowers. They don't make those anymore, to my knowledge, so you can't get any more forged ones. But they do make billet ones, so if you're looking for a billet lower, definitely check out Lanco Tactical. I got a basic parts kit in here. It's from Ares Armor. It's their standard parts kit. Have had 0 problems with anything in relation to the parts kit. Really enjoy the stuff they make. I do have, though, for the bolt stop / bolt release, Badger Ordnance oversized one. And I do have a video on that where we talked about the Badger Ordnance oversized bolt stop, Nate Murr and I, when I installed it. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check out that video. I will have a review coming up here shortly. I really came to enjoy that after using it a lot during the 2-day course that we're talking about here. Having more area here and having it popped out just slightly more than what just a regular parts kit would really came into you know, help me during magazine changes and all that stuff. So I really enjoyed that part. It's a billet part. What else are you gonna expect from Badger except excellence? Moving back here, we have the ALG ACT trigger. This is an enhanced mil-spec trigger. They got some stuff polished on there. I've never had a problem with it. A lot of people complain about mil-spec triggers. If you do and you're looking for something just a little bit better for really not that much more, you're looking at about $40 to $50, I think, is what that costs. You know, the ACT trigger here by ALG Defense is definitely something you should look at. If you're in, you know, if you don't want to go to a match competition trigger or anything crazy super hyper speed, this is definitely gonna get the job done. I've had no problem with long range shooting with it, with longer range shooting with it, as far as having to feel the trigger out through, you know, precision shots and stuff. I've had no problem. So always have used this and always have loved it on this gun. Got the Magpul grip, everybody knows about them. Coming back here to the back of the rifle, we're gonna talk about some parts that I just put on here. Murr kind of led me on to these guys, and I got 2 parts on here that I really think have enhanced the gun for me. This originally didn't have an ambidextrous thumb safety. As you can see, it does now. And these are from AXTS weapons. I have the Raptor charging handle. They're the originators, the creators of that, and the manufacturers of that. And I have their safety system here. So as you can see, you know, ambidextrous, and you can actually adjust the angle on this if you wanted to. So you could have it, I forget the different degrees, I'm not a freaking technical person, but if you wanted to have it, I think at a 45, you could have that versus the straight on like this is. The cool thing about this is it's in here with a detent and a spring, so it's not something that you're going to screw and it's going to come loose, etc. You put it in there, you put the detent and a spring, and it basically is a pressure fit system, so you can change these out really easily as far as the angles, or even if you want to get different sizes, you can change those out relatively easily as well. So this really came in handy with that course because we were doing a lot of left-handed stuff. So if I would have went there with no ambidextrous thumb safety, then would have had definitely an issue. So as far as having that on both sides, it helped out a lot, and I was really impressed with this product as far as installing it. Really easy, and I'll have a review on this coming up soon. Moving to their charging handle, again, ambidextrous, which was very helpful. As you can see there, we got some usage marks on it. I didn't use it prior to the course, so changing that out and going to the course was a bit of a gamble on my part with not testing the parts, but you know, from all the reviews and stuff I've seen on the AXTS Raptor charging handles and such, I had no qualms about doing that. It really locks in there really well as far as when you lock it in, and as you can see, we got nothing in the chamber, so no one can freak out. You know, it was really helpful having that if you're shooting left-handed, to have the right charge on there. And the way this engages is identical on both sides, which really is something, you know, attributed to the design, which is an amazing design. You can see it has skeleton eyes at the top, just trying to cut the weight. And you know, I wasn't sure what I was feeling about it before I went to the course, but after using it, I really like it a lot, so definitely gonna keep it on there. As we move to the back, we got the B5 stock. B5 systems, this is their enhanced stock. They also have a Bravo, which I don't have one of those, but I do have the enhanced with a SOB Tactical Ranger band, so I can tuck in my sling if I need. I've had this ever since the original part of the build, never taken it off, enjoy it. I'm a total B5 supporter in relation to their stocks. You know, when you go to adjust these stocks out, there's really no movement, and there's a little bit of tension as far as trying to move it to different positions. And once you get it locked in, there's no movement. So that was the big key for me, and the one reason why I went with them. Let's go and take a look at the bolt carrier and the bolt. I'm gonna take them out. Haven't taken them out since the course, so it should be relatively dirty. So let's take a look on the inside here. You can see definitely a lot of dirt. The one thing that I made sure of was keeping this bad boy wet the whole entire weekend. So before each day, I made sure to re-wet the rifle, you know, re-oil it up, and zero problems whatsoever. This is the JP Enterprises FMOS full mass bolt carrier, and their enhanced bolt, which is on the end here. Really enjoyed this thing. Ever since the beginning of when I put this in the rifle, I have found that it just feels like it's moving on glass. And I've said that ever since the beginning. It's a very, very smooth feel to the rifle and to the charge of the rifle. And it just makes the rifle feel super smooth, like it's on glass. And I had no problems whatsoever up until you know, this date of this video. I've had zero problems with this, and for the price tag of $300 or around that, I wouldn't expect anything less. You know, when I build stuff and when I buy stuff, I like to buy the best and try to, you know, if I have to save up money, then I save up money. I don't like to buy things twice. I don't like to buy shitty things and then all of a sudden they break on me in the worst opportune time. So, you know, is this something you want to buy? I mean, if you have the money and you're interested in it, sure. There are other bolt carriers out there that are going to get the job done for less, but if you want the best, you want the most cutting edge stuff, sometimes you got to spend a little bit of money. So that's what I did here with the JP Enterprises bolt. I've never been let down. So there it is, all taken apart. You can see the bolt here. This is the enhanced bolt. This is their enhanced bolt. I mean, definitely carbon all over it. That's what you're gonna expect after shooting almost 1,000 rounds of ammunition. You know, people are taking stuff to thousands and thousands of rounds, 10,000 rounds of you know, shooting and not had any problems with having to clean their guns. But you know, after 1,000 rounds, if you have the time, go ahead and clean your gun. But really, the only thing you have to remember is to oil it. I did see at the course there were some people, and I can't confirm exactly why or what their malfunction was, but you know, on the first day there were a few malfunctions that I'm going to attribute to just under lubrication of the parts, some seizures of such some seizures and the likes of it. So, you know, when you go to courses, when you use your guns, don't be afraid of over lubrication. Over lubrication is better than under lubrication, particularly in the AR-15. To finish it off, we have a Bobro mount for this Aimpoint T2. And, you know, everything ran great. I have a T1. The T2 ran no different than the T1. Basically saying it's excellent. Bobro review I've already done, so if you want to look into more about that, check out the review link down below. So that's a pretty good overview of the performance. 800 rounds, no malfunctions by the gun at all, by anything in relation to the build that we did. There's a few parts I changed out. I had the M-Bus Pro from Magpul as far as the backup sights. I forgot to mention that. But other than that, I mean, that's the whole gun and how it performed. It performed well. I was really impressed with it. You know, going out there and just doing your homework before you buy stuff and before you put stuff together is really where you'll find people will either fail or have a good gun. If you go out and you try to look for stuff that's on super clearance sale, like you're going on a blue light special, you're probably going to have a shitty gun that's going to break. If you go out and you research stuff and you say, you know what, I only got 75 bucks to spend this month, and this part costs 150, I'm just going to have to wait till next month. If you wait a little bit longer and you spend wisely, you're going to have a gun that's going to last for years, if not decades. Hopefully this has helped the people that have emailed me and messaged me about, you know, how it ran at the course, how the builds run overall. The last time I did this was probably about 6 months ago, where I kind of went over the performance of it after a round. I think it was around 1,000 rounds. So between that point and now, I got about another 1,200, 1,500 rounds in it. 800 at the course. Runs great. So if you guys have any questions or anything, go ahead and let me know. If you guys have any of these parts, go ahead and put in the comments down below how they work for you, how they run. And until next time, later. Okay, so we are running at the same time. I won't be waiting.
You're starting at the same time, but you're pushing it.
Listen, do you play golf?
A little cocky there.
Do you play golf? I would hope no one would be waiting.